All right. Welcome, everybody. How do you guys like this lighting? It's a little less white. Bro, want to buy a kmac happy? Oh, I have two. Lamp, welcome. Randy, welcome. Use chopstick, casual toe brain enjoyer, welcome. Let's see. Let's try this light temperature. Maybe not as bright, but this temp. Let's go to bed. We'll hope the stream goes well. Thank you. All right. So, oh, the ticker. Have a good one. There we go. Okay. All right. The build command, I will deal with that later. Okay. So, I actually worked quite a bit on the, oh. I don't know if I like that. Okay. Let's go back to that. I worked on the build a little bit earlier. I fixed a bunch of problems. Oh, also no packages. I fixed a bunch of problems, but there's still like a little bit more left over. So let's just go and try to knock these out. Okay, so gonna need a few things here. Okay. So, I found out there were more problems than I anticipated, than what we saw at the end of last night. And then I fixed a lot of them, and then there's still a little bit more left. As I was just kind of running through. So, turns out like all that, the really hard like crashing sounds where like it sounded basically unsilenced. It turned out a lot of those, not all of them, but a lot of those were due to me over shaving. Because as soon as I replaced some of those sliders with ones that were unshaven, yeah, it doesn't have that same sound anymore. Number two, the screws do matter. They have to be short enough. If they're too tall, then it's not different. It's really not any different than using standoffs. So those were like the big ones in terms of dealing with the crashing sounds. I had to replace more stems because some of them were really crooked. What else you got here? I forgot to do a few of these though. I think there's 2, 3, 4, about 8 more that I should do, I think. So it's Q, J, the two U keys, and then the entire bottom row. So, yeah, I think that's the key, is just the stem issues that you need to shave desk keys for. They're not nearly as bad as the issues that plague like the cherry clear stem mold. Like with the cherry clear stem mold, I feel like you gotta run that shaver like 10 times in like different angles. Whereas for these deskies ones, I think you really just need to push it down straight once. A couple more things. I accidentally took out. Oh, I did take out the dome gaskets, but I'm really not sure if the dome gaskets do anything or not. Truthfully, I mean, I could try to put them again, but like, any kind of big sound issues that were present, like, I don't think that they had to do with the dome gaskets at all. So I mean, I can put them in again, and then we'll just see. We'll just see if I notice any difference. I did find a bigger issue than anything. And so I was discussing some of it with Randy offline. But basically, there's two angles. There's two angles to this. One, the Desky's springs are horrible. Horrible. They're so bad. They're like so bad. So there's that. And then meanwhile, the PBB springs are so good. Like, it's just crazy, like, the discrepancy or the disparity between them. Like, the Desky's springs is just like non-stop. I don't know what you want to call it. Like, if that's what people describe as spring crunch, it's entirely. It felt like most of the keys were exhibiting this problem that immediately went away as soon as I started using the PBB springs. Oh shit! It just occurred to me. So I actually didn't have enough PBB springs, and then I just realized I kind of mixed them up. But they're just mostly the one use, so maybe I can try to determine it. Or I could just look at this. I could just watch this VOD as we're going, see where I placed it. How do I do this? Channel. Okay, so that was whoops, my mistake. Okay, I know which keys they are. So I just have to kind of figure it out here. Just watching myself do this now. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is one of them. I think this one's the other one. Can I tell that they're different looking? I think so. They have a little bit less thickness to them, and I can kind of just feel it. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, these are the two odd ones out. So I'm gonna put those in the same spots, but we'll get to that when we get to it. So here are about a few leftovers that weren't overshaven. We might also need to do the 2Us too. Yeah, there was a bunch of issues I forgot. I forgot to put silencing rings on the 2Us last night. I replaced the spacebar dome with a carrot that I just happened to have. Yeah, the spring replacement was a really big one. else we got? QJ. Left shift and enter. And I think that would cover it. That said, then I do. Well, actually, this is probably fine as is. Oh, shit. Of course. Just get BDZ everywhere. I actually got some BDZ on this mat already. Alright, so real quick, let's pop out. I think these are all 5 of these are from the bottom row. And then Q and J. So very specifically these I have to change. And then I guess we'll do the 2U's last. All right. So that's a little tray of all the bad parts. A couple more things. Yeah, one other person seems to have calibration issues on the Mac in a Discord. Has not been answered by anyone. And then finally, I was kind of mentioning there might be some USB connection issues, but it turns out I am now under the belief that that was actually my cable. So you can see now that I'm not using a coil anymore. It's because I just replaced this LEMO end, but I think I need to get a new LEMO device, LEMO coiled device end, or at least one that's just longer than this one. All right, and then I'm basically now out of sliders that were from Pooter, but again, those are my fault. And I did find out I did have a bunch of extras here, so just run these. All right. So then next up would be figuring out how to transfer these 2U's safely. Safely being the key word. Okay. The silencing rings have fallen here, but whatever, it's fine. Okay, I have a brush that has a little bit of residual lube, so we could put this on and around. I realize also the only actual contact points for the 2U sliders are just like on the squared off ends. So I don't actually need to lube the entirety of the rim. Let me also just make sure I dropped the slider directly in. Okay, yeah, that ring is kind of adhering already to that, and then I just dropped that one in as well. Okay. So, that should be that. And then now I just need to put all of the gaskets back on, including the spacebar ones, which is what I'd forgotten from a little bit earlier. But everything should be good now. So okay, let's try putting the dome gaskets back on. Let's see if it'll do anything, or if it'll have any kind of positive or negative effect. I am gonna imagine casual toper enjoyers thinking it's definitely on the negative end of the spectrum, but I want to see. I think it was weird. A lot of my negative judgment yesterday came from just a host of things, and the dome gaskets were actually not a certain thing. It was primarily the stem overshaving, which was my fault, and then also the extremely poor quality of these Deskies rings. So quick things, it did rain earlier. It looks like it stopped, but it is still like wet outside. But hopefully that should be a-okay for stream tonight, unless it starts coming down again. Abstrid. Not sure how to pronounce it, but welcome to the stream. My first EC build is going to be the derivative EC kit. Nice. Might I recommend getting PBB springs? I actually have I produced this list earlier. I was coming up with this list of things in EC that are great and things in EC that are horrible. Why do I want PBB springs? They're thick. These springs are a lot thicker than others. Functionally, it's exactly the same, but just like essentially they don't have to be tuned, and they're like really easy to handle because they're thick. I was just gonna buy what Clever Cubes is gonna sell. Clever Cubes' parts aren't out yet, and I get it. I mean, it all came with, or it's all coming together with Clever Keys working on the derivative EC kit, but it's just a funny thing whenever someone comes out with something new in the EC space. It's just kind of like, it feels like you just got to be ready for whatever. You got to be ready for it to be really good, but also you got to be ready for it to be also not that. The opposite of really good, which is not really good. All right, so here, let me show off this list. This list of things that are really good, really good in EC, and things that are really bad in EC. One second. I don't know why this one's like off. Okay. Here it is. So, when it comes to parts, and also just like general concepts and ideas, there are things that are really good. PBB springs, S++ tier, as are their prices. Their prices are just by far the best. They're just so much cheaper than everything else. PBB also makes available these what they call like half housings, which is needed for a lot of like MX to EC conversion kits. Just because you don't like the designers of the keyboards in advance, if they might not have known that EC was going to be available, or if they didn't know how to design around EC, kind of causes some issues, whereby you have to essentially reverse a wire, which causes some issues in how you'd actually build. And so PBB has this one product called, like, I don't know what they call it exactly, but I look at them like they're half housings. They have like a part of the housings cut off or just like chopped off. And it makes builds kind of a lot easier when you do have to do the wire flipping. More S++ tier stuff. BKE Redux domes. Largely unavailable at this stage, but they were really good. I'm lucky to have a bunch of sets of it. Desky's prospective upcoming domes looks promising, but there's no protos. There's not even photos. Like it's just like renders. So that's another thing where it's just like you got to be very cautiously optimistic. Like I want to actually pre-order them, but it's like, don't get your hopes up too high. Is kind of the vibe you have to go for. Conan, welcome. And then finally, another thing that I think is S++ tier, this little tool that SZR sells. These little 3D printed squares. You put this underneath the any individual corner housing, and it actually lifts it up, which is like an important aspect of actually producing a build. So just during a build process, it's like, this is just a little tiny funny tool that has made things so much easier ever since I started modding, Topre, probably over 10 years ago now. So yeah, these are cool. And then like on top of that, you get a bunch of them, and then you can kind of stack them, tape them together. And so you can also actually still do this, which I'm doing right now, even with keycaps on 56 out of the 60 switches. So those are the things that I think are really, really good when you're looking at specific things in the EC space, but then there are things that are really, really, really horrible. So yeah, as I've just come to really fully realize, these Desky springs really bad, really, really bad. Desky's prices are also they're not great. You kind of have to sell an arm and a leg just to have like a situation that like is good. For things like domes and the types of housings that I guess a lot of people kind of desire. I also don't like how you have to I added some stuff to the list, Randy. I don't like how you have to shave the stems off of Desky sliders. So basically they're a little too thick, so they're kind of, you have to go through the process, a similar process to what you have to do for like cherry clears or cherry purples, but just not as aggressive. You don't have to do quite as much. PBB. I love PBB. I just want to get that out of the way. I love PBB, but there's a bunch of stuff that's wrong. But like, there's a bunch of stuff that's wrong with PBB, but like, it's still worth it. It's still worth it. But let me go over some of the things that are wrong. It feels like the stabilizer tolerances are just like way too wide. Basically, it's really easy for for example, like there's so much empty like gaps for the like metal wires to move around. Specifically in the spacebar stabilizer. Oh shit! I'm not supposed to be using this. So that's, what did I do with? Oh, here it is. So you kind of gotta watch out for that, and I think that just kind of culminates in you gotta use a little bit more lube. Is that what's wrong with the HHKB? You got springs and unshaved stems? It was primarily the so okay. My issue was that I overcompensated and I shaved too much. I shaved way too much. And so that's the thing, is that like I kind of just had a weird impression that it was going to be as bad as like cherry clears or cherry purples. It's not. But because I acted like it was, it caused a lot of like, it basically made it feel like it wasn't even silenced anymore. So, whoops. But yes, also the springs. The springs, yes. Springs I feel like were a big chunk of what I felt like was an acoustic problem. So yeah, I highly, highly recommend getting these PBB springs. They're better than OEM springs too, I would say. Outstanding. And when you shave, you're using you use a Geon trimmer. Okay, here's my experience with a Geon trimmer on a cherry clear or cherry purple. I gotta go like 10 times, and I gotta also just kind of like move the angle around, like kind of go diagonally. Anyways, Kimmy, welcome. Yeah, you gotta shave. Yeah, exactly. For these Deskies, I was doing the same approach, and then I overshaved, and then it caused some what are essentially like unsilencing issues. So don't do that. You probably actually only need to do these Deskies like once. Like just push it down once. It'll be pretty tight. Take it out, and it feels like from there it's good, I think. So yeah, there's that. All right, so you have the last two, which are these are the ones that I've decided. I didn't have enough PBB springs because I'm literally just out. I bought like hundreds of them, and then I'm out because I just did all these builds. Anyways, yeah, these last two, I feel this is just to me like these are the keys that I guess I would use the least. short or like a short right shift and also right win. So I'm putting the Deskies springs in those spots because I'm just not going to use them. I'm supposed to be getting in more PBB springs soon, so I will come back to change those. But just for now, we're just kind of going to leave it like that. Oh, and then finally, before I forget, I forgot to put these on. So these, in my last iteration, little stabilizer gaskets. Okay, more things that are bad. PBB domes, really, really, really bad. If you're buying PBB parts, that's the one thing you don't want. Just don't get the domes expecting that they're gonna be good. I'm not saying don't get the domes, just don't expect them to be like, don't expect them to be good at all. And don't get them as your first dome. Get them as like your second, because you don't want that kind of impression of, that being what you think EC is. He's a cutie. I need to know your definition of cute. I'm going to go to jail for that. Okay. I also recently tried Densest domes. Also bad. They're basically PBB domes. Randy is also mentioned akin to these things at the very bottom of this list. Deskies has volcano springs. They have like regular springs, then they have volcano springs. Apparently those aren't good. I haven't used them, but I've heard this a lot, actually, that the volcano springs are pretty bad. And then separately, again, I haven't tried these either. I have them, but I haven't even attempted to use them yet. Apparently these Densest springs also bad. But I don't know. I wouldn't know. I haven't used them. What do you consider as the best combo? All right, my honest opinion, best combo is OEM housings and sliders, and then like OEM Topre keycaps with BKE Redux, like BKE heavy Redux domes, which are basically unavailable at this point, and then PBB springs. So just use HHKB. So I wouldn't say that necessarily. I actually like the machined HHKB housings, like cases, over like a stock HHKB. So basically, like shows works, like the S60 line, the S60 series, the Snipe. I've liked ATX KB's Live Oak. There's a bunch of others, but like, yeah, I like HHKB just in general, but like I do like what they've done with some of these cases, especially the ones where like it's no longer like an integrated housing situation, but rather you're instead using like a flat plate with like harvested Topre housings and sliders from like Real Forces. So yeah, motion grip. That's what I would think is the best combo. Now, some people aren't going to go out of their way to do all that, and some people also probably just would rather be using some kind of MX keycap, and thus would need an MX slider. In which case, like I also then have like different opinions. In 1 second. So here's another thing. I'm putting in these silver screws right now. They're not going to be here permanently. I just need to put them in to kind of train the like the straightness or the togetherness of the PCB plate assembly. So just bear with me here. So yeah, here's these silver screws. These are M2 by 8. And they need to be changed to M2 by 7. but especially initially, you kind of can't put the M2x7s first. Yeah, what the? Oh, shit. Hey. Frank, thank you for the 5 gifted. Okay, yeah, we do have a sub goal tonight, so, yeah, I guess maybe after the Cloud9, but before we get started on the, Tina's neo75cu, we'll run that giveaway. It's, we got a NK87 up for giveaway. Yeah, even here, it's not. I think I need to just tighten everything else around it, at least. And this is pretty critical because you can't have this screw be too long. Otherwise, there's possibly going to be some interference from the top side where the keycaps are like hitting these screws. But yeah, everybody out there who just got gifted subs from Randy, enjoy the 10 best emotes on Twitch. Right, that one's still not going. Why is that? Let's try replacing these in a different order. Did I win? I don't know. I didn't catch all the names, honestly. Sorry about that. Safe. Not having as much luck this time. Maybe I might need to screw everything hard. Okay, moving on. Other things that are bad. PBB's 2U stabilizers. They have these little crowns where the stabilizer stems of your keycaps are supposed to sit through. They're these little crowns, and I don't feel like they're there for any reason other than to just copy the design of the NovaTouch. But those seem to cause a bunch of interference. They should just not have that, honestly. Everyone's... Oh, that's right, yes! I did see that notification. Just real quick, shifting gears. Yeah, there's apparently like a discount on gifted subs this week, so feel free to get your gifted subs in. We're going to run another 35 sub goal for another keyboard after this, just as a heads up. Yes, only till Monday. Only till Monday. So, if 7 people want to do another, 5 bundles of gift subs, we'd have another keyboard to give away. And I think also possibly another one after that. Let me check. I actually don't know how I would check this. I think I'd have to go in the other room and find out how many of these boards I actually have available. Alright, so it's weirdly not catching. I might not need these anymore just because it is screwed in. But I probably should, though. It just doesn't feel quite as comfortable. So, real quick, other side note here. I actually delayed the start of my stream because I was supposed to start a little bit earlier, but 2 things came up. One, I was a little tired, so I just needed to like kind of rest my brain. Oh, Mike, yo, hey. Thank you for the 5 gifted. All right, we're like 30 subs away from a second keyboard build. Yo, what is the song? I have no idea. Let me see. I'll just paste it in. I'm just playing like a Ryan Celsius playlist. There you go. Thanks, yeah. Okay, so I started a little late because I was a little tired, but also like when I was thinking of starting, there was someone outside yelling a bunch of really unsavory stuff. So yeah, thus I'm a little late. Apologies. Okay, I've been having some trouble. Oh, you know what it is? It's the dome gaskets. I don't think I can run these. Yeah, it's very specifically that. It probably adds just enough for me to not be able to make it. The problem, though, is... it's funny because I think M2x8 is too long. Savior, welcome. So one option is that I could just, like, not screw in all the way. I mean, we'll just also... We could probably just see whether or not you still kind of get the issues. You kind of do. Actually, it might be the dome gaskets causing a lot of these issues too. So we might need to remove these. What is the I don't know what the explanation for that is. Okay, so we might just take all this out. Burn them down. Casual Tober Ranger, I think you may have been right this whole time. And here I was putting you on the stake and everything. But Savior, welcome. Okay, more things. Savior, we're just going over this list that I produced with the help of Randy. Things that are really great and really bad about things in EC right now. So we talked about the crowns on PUB 2U housings. The next point is boards with these weirdly strict wire requirements. Like the fact that you have to do half housings in some cases is very stupid. Or it's just like, it's not that the boards were built to require them. It's that they now have produced this requirement because EC might have been introduced. So yeah, things like basically any MX that you're trying to do or convert to EC probably going to require like the half housings for, you know, essentially rotating the wire 180 degrees. Another weird thing too, though, which I really didn't like, was the Vero V2 specifically, the PC version, did require using one of those like Densys specific bent wires just to get around where the bottom case screw was supposed to go into. Screws are too short, might be worth trying to add plastic washers. It's not. The thing is, I don't think that that's the only problem. I think the dome gaskets actually introduce more of an issue than anything. So we're just going to straight remove it. Okay, one other thing too, though, is that probably I do get a funny sense that there actually might be something to the spacebar gasket. So I'm going to leave, like, we're going to retain that one. We got a hype chest. So I got personal best. I don't know if you guys also got that. Okay. So anyways, I don't like that about, you know, some easy projects out there. And then the final thing is the calibration thing, man. What the hell's going on? Like, this Cloud9 doesn't have a calibration feature on VIA. Even worse, an early one on was the Falcon. The Falcon had basically no sensible means of calibrating. I had to talk to the PCB designer in order to get mine calibrated, and I don't think, I'm not aware that anyone else was able to really figure that out. And this was for at least the initial, like the first Deskies offering of an EC PCB for it. Do not know if that got addressed by that AliExpress PCB that I know that Lamp has talked about. I think Lamp had left a little bit earlier on. Okay, I'm guessing we also don't need the 2U ones. It does kind of make it a little bit nice to align and get it separated from that whole thing, but I'm thinking that that's actually probably cause for, you know, a real potential problem. I also, again, I do think that there's something to the spacebar stabilizer gaskets, but at the same time, I also am a little bit worried as well about the screws in that spot not going in. So also maybe I just might not put them back in. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Did you trim the Deskies sliders stem? So definitely not Cloud. I don't know if you were here yesterday for it, but I did. And a pretty gnarly issue came up, which was that some of them I over-shaved. And something really bad happens when you overshave, which is I think that like the keycap could potentially sit lower depending on your means by which to shave. If you like press down too much, essentially the keycap will sit lower, and I think like your keycap is more apt to crash, like the bottom. How do I put it? The bottom of the flat surface that you press on the keycap is more likely to crash down against the top of the housing. So no, not the plate. Like the bottom of the cap, not this, but the white section that kind of has like a bunch of lines through it. Like that might actually end up hitting the top of the housing. Yeah. Medical material tape on PCB where sliders touch. Give me best results so far as to tuning sliders. Mechanical material tape on PCB where sliders touch. Interesting. So you mean just those two little leg corners? Is that what you're referring to? Okay, let me verify here. Oh shit, that was a bad idea. Let me verify here. Did I take all of them out? I think I did. I guess another way I could check is just count this. Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's 40. Here's 46, 48, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 58. Oh yeah, and then the two years. Okay, that should be all of it. Okay, and then I think I'm not going to put back the spacebar gaskets just because I want to be totally sure that I can close this up. Now, let's just check alignment before we close it back up one more time, and then hopefully from here we should be able to get this closed back up perfectly with the M2x7 screws, which I think will help a lot. Let's see if I can go with the M2x7 right off the bat. I don't think so. Yes, and under spacebar sliders as well. Heat shrinking sleeve for spacebar wire, leaving 0.5 centimeter on both sides. Man, that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff you gotta do. I think that's... I get it. I do get it, but I'm just like, man, sometimes I feel like that's almost like Alps wax boiling level of overkill. Like, I don't think anyone needs to wax boil Alps sliders. That's just like, that's just doing too much, you know? And I feel like everything you've explained, while it's probably good, it's just, that kind of feels like too much to me, man. Okay, so these M2x7s now are actually screwing in properly. But I did need to get about 4 of these M2x8s in before we saw anything real good. There we go. What happened to Watagaki, by the way? What happened to Watagaki? Yeah. I mean, they still around? I have an order coming in from them soon. Did you trim the spacebar sliders too? I broke a set of Desky spacebar. Oh god. I did, but I didn't go too crazy. But yeah, I did. This one, you might need to come back to that one. Oh yeah, no active drop. They usually they only open the store during drops. Oof, okay. Yeah, some of these aren't quite reaching. Another one. Okay, so we have a bunch of silver screw placeholders for now. We'll come back to them, at least on the edges. Alright, now that we've kind of trained it, we can remove the center ones and then put the black ones in. The black ones are shorter, and we want them to be shorter. Not too short, but just just long enough for everything to stay together. Koala, welcome. I'm gonna come back around, tighten up the black ones. I'll leave that one for now. Let's do this one. See if we can get a black one back in here. Yep. Sweet. You guys have any other hobbies besides keyboards? M2x8 usually topiary screws. They are, but I've been noticing like M2x8, they can still kind of pop through, and the popping through is the whole reason that I wanted to go get a tapped plate to begin with, because I was noticing that there were some issues there. So here in this scenario, M2x7 will just almost work. Like, I think it's, I don't know, I haven't been able to really successfully easily find M2x7.5. But if I could, I would. Alright, so this one, just generally having a little bit of struggle getting it in, but I could push. I could push in from the bottom and it actually will start working. Okay, so we should be good now at this stage, but I'll just go through and tighten once more, just to be totally certain. All right. I've been trying to get into bike fishing. Both are lame, but somehow combined it's cool, like corn dogs. Neither is delicious, but combined is good. Interesting. That's a whole lot of interesting takes at once. That's like 6 individual interesting takes. All right, so real quick, I'm now gonna stem shave, but again, very much less than yesterday's. So just once each, and then I think from here we should be good. Yesterday I was trying to do like 10 on each one. That's too much. Don't do that. Maybe a little more on this one. Okay. Yeah, that's so much better. Oh, I'm just realizing this one kind of sounds like shit because that's where I have a desk key spring. Just because that's where I chose to put a desk key spring. Because I didn't have enough. Didn't they try? Okay, hold on. I collect Dark Tower book series in different languages. Mark my words, going to be the next big TV series. Like legit, you collect Dark Tower. My ex used to collect Animorphs. And they tried a Dark Tower movie with Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey, or however you spell his name. That's a funny thing too, because it's just like I know Matthew, like I know Matthew McConaughey. I don't know how to spell his name either. Okay. Should be good to go here. Let's crack this bad boy open. Let's try to see if we can get this build, like, okay again, you know? Or, not again, really, but okay for the first time. There we go. Alright, here's something. Little pet peeve that I'm beginning to have. Why use tiny screws for case screws? Like, why? Just use a bigger screw. We don't speak of that movie. Oh, that bad. Okay, this one's kind of starting to get the same issue I had with like these screws getting a little bit stuck in the bottom case. Okay, this is still in there. Oh shit. Okay, so that one's kind of loose, isn't it? It doesn't have a crashing sound, so at least that's good. Okay, so one thing I learned about the Cloud9, plug the JST in first. JST first, then put the gaskets on. If you do it the other way around, flipping over the assembly is gonna just have all the gaskets fly out. Matthew McGonaghy. All right. News and notes here. Also, what is our quick time check? Time check. We've been on for about an hour. They try to fit book 1 through 3 into that film. It's kind of like you put in quotes like it's a very loose interpretation of a film. Oh, that's like so much better. Oh my goodness. Should be animated. All right, so I gotta just say something here. I've never been into Lord of the Rings, but you know what has always kind of intrigued me was that, like, I don't know, just seeing those little clips and GIFs of that, like, I don't know, what was it, like 80s animated like version of Lord of the Rings. I don't know. I always thought, like, okay, that looks more interesting to me. I don't know. I don't know if you guys agree, but the one by the porn producer? I'm not aware of that background, but if that's the case, then yeah, that one. Thoughts on the 2000 Mini? Horrible group buy. Pretty good board. It's just the truth. Oh. Okie doke. Let's test this out. Yeah, right off the bat, it's just like night and day from last night to today. Again, have you seen the AI 80s of Lord of the Rings? I have not. Sound wise, what do you think? Yeah, pretty good. I mean, I don't remember everything because the last time I touched my 2000 mini was a couple months ago. But I remember when I used it how I felt. And I felt good if you discount the group buy portion of it. That's the thing about keyboards is that like especially for me, I have too large a collection to really know everything at any given point, but I know how I feel. Okay, um, let's do a few things. Turn that off. Turn this music off. Okay. Pooter's Cloud9. Silverano machine, stainless steel bottom. We got the purple Deskies domes. PBB springs that I've put in, except for these two because I just didn't have enough. Deskies housings with Deskies sliders. Most of them trimmed slightly. Some of them trimmed a little bit more, but still hopefully not over trimmed. Number 5 rings. What else? I gotta remember everything. There's so much to this. I have a carrot dome right here for the space bar. No dome gaskets. Different from yesterday. Custom stainless steel cut plate that is actually tapped, so we have threaded screw holes rather than using standoffs. M2 by 7 millimeter screws. Let's see. I guess that's it. And then GMK Handerby, which is mine, but as I understand, Pooter will be sending his own GMK set to load onto this. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if you could spot the differences between now and yesterday. Maybe I could get... We can wait till that guy's passed through. There's a guy talking outside. And then real quick, let me just check through. So after this, we're going to work on the neo75cu. It's already 10:30. I'm not sure if we're going to do the kmac happy also. Maybe. We'll see. I might try to do it at the same time, but I'm just not 100% sure yet. Okay, I think he's gone. All right, let's go. Are you meant to be hearing something? I guess not. It is a silenced build, as per Pooter's instruction. Yeah, it's silenced. I'm not a big silenced guy, but this is the first time I've been able to put together a build where silence made sense, because usually there's just so many other issues. There's so many other issues that come up that for me makes it sound like it's imperfect. And one of the big things just overall is just I've been using them for a while, but the real realization that there is a difference between PBB's springs versus everyone else's springs, including OEMs, like really, really, really does silence the board, or it just like isolates, it lets you hear the board rather than the springs. So there's that. Additionally, some boards just have issues. Some boards just have issues. Like this one, this Cloud9 had a lot of issues. One of them being that they required standoffs, like in the stock plate. And so having that kind of produces a situation where you'd have these standoffs that get lifted off of the plate that, depending on what kind of keycap you're using on, can have some interference. And for some reason, there are very few, non-zero, but very few people who are like, this is a problem, and then a bunch of people who will just overlook it. So yeah, PBB springs are definitely thicker, and it's a good thing that they are, because I've just noticed that they, without any kind of lubricant, they just sound like they're tuned off the bat. But they also are a lot nicer to just handle. Like, they don't tangle in each other because they're thicker. Is it because they never actually tested the EC kit? I don't know. I don't know what the issue is with the Cloud9. I don't know what the issue is with anyone producing or just building straight building EC boards. But I feel like some people will kind of... Here's my thought. I think some people will stretch their tolerance for some bullshit because they know that, like, they're building something that's cool, but not something that's necessarily good. And I feel like that's kind of the reasoning that people, specifically, I guess, like, as we've seen on the Cloud9 Discord, just overlook how many issues the Cloud9 EC kit has. Oh my goodness. Pooter! Think about the 10 gifted. Okay, so what are we at? So, okay, we just got... Yeah, we're like 20 subs away from a second keyboard giveaway. Yeah, so, by the way, yeah, at sub goal 70, we're going to do a second keyboard giveaway, too. Oh, shit, I'm not even subscribed myself. No worries, whatever. Okay, here's something. I feel like no one really talks about this. I feel like some people like gifting subs more than subbing themselves, because gifting subs is kind of like a one-time thing, whereas you might forget to deactivate your own sub. Which keyboard? Wait, what keyboard? Oh, this next one, or the one that we're giving away for sure today, is the NK87, and then the one after that, I have to go check because I don't really remember. Yeah, I'll go check. Real quick, we'll do one more 30-second type test with music on, and it's silent, so you probably won't hear it. All non-HHKB, I'm guessing, possibly. Try a sound test without Decimat. Maybe we'll get thuddy sound. Ooh. Okay, so that's the build. I'm just gonna put this away for now. Pooter I guess we'll wait till the other key set comes in. Also, here's a question for you guys. So, like, okay, Pooter, and then also anyone who's like sent a keyboard that's fully built around. You ship it with the keycaps on. Also, real quick, another thing to mention. I know someone pointed out the Y and Z. This is a Quartz Layout International ISO. Like French. No. I don't know. Some ISO. Like Nordic UK or whatever. Anyways. Are you guys comfortable with sending and receiving keyboards with the keycaps still on it? I get, like, worried a little. But maybe it's, like, nothing. Maybe it's fine. All right, Pooter, has a little perk. Just a little perk. I'll throw in a nice little, what is this, like 20 by 20? No, probably like 15 by 15. Somewhere between 15 by 15 and 20 by 20 lens cloth, because I bought these in bulk. And I'll just throw these in. I like these better I like these better than like literally every other like little like case liner, personally. Like Canon Keys towel or whatever, uh, cloth. That one's like too thick. I'm not a big fan of sleeves because that's just like more shit you got to go through. I don't like it when there's no cloth. Yeah, and rough too. Yes. I feel like Monaca's is too small. I've been using those Gion waffle towels, but not that smooth. Yeah, yeah. So I like lens claws the best. I got I reached out to a seller on Amazon who was selling like 3 packs at the most of like these lens claws, and I reached out to the seller saying like, can I buy these in bulk? And they said like, yeah, how many do you want? I asked for 100, and they obliged, and I got like a little tiny deal on it. Anyways, okay, let me go grab the board, the NK87, and then let me also hunt to see what the next board is after. I'll be right back. All right. Took me a while. People get mad if I send this board back in a few months to rebuild with Clever Cube's part after all this trouble. It's fine. A few months is really nothing. I got a little cut. I got a little cardboard cut. For those guys who might not know, which I guess would be most of you, my living room is full of cardboard boxes right now. It's a huge mess. Took me forever to find the board. Took me also forever to find out what board was next. But we got it here. All right. Kill Combat, welcome back. There's the NK87. It's blue. What was this? A blue powder coat. A little smoother than some powder coats I've felt. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I have no clue. We got what is this? A polycarbonate plate. A aluminum plate. We got this little foam thing. There's a carbon fiber inside of it. Bunch of what appears to be already lubed. I'm guessing cherry stabilizers already installed. Hot swap PCB. I tested it working. I tested it working. I've never actually used it myself. So, anyways, NK87. We'll run this up for giveaway right shortly here, but at another 20 subs from now. Next one up, kind of caseless, but we got a little Bakaneko. Comes with this hot swap PCB. Looks like a FR4 plate. Stabilizers. I think this is 625. Full backspace, full right shift. Yeah. O-ring. It's got that, what is this, painted case or whatever. Daughter board, all that. Okay, so that's 20 subs from now. All right. Anyways, let me give the bat call to the sub channel. So for those of you guys who don't know, if you're subbed to my Twitch channel and you're in my Discord, and also you have your Twitch linked to your Discord, you get access to a sub only channel. One that I produce so quickly that it doesn't actually have a real name. For anyone who's kind of noticed that they're in this sub channel. Alright, so I just pinged everyone who's a sub in my Discord and has their Twitch link to my Discord. Or Twitch link to Discord. Alright, the other stipulation for the giveaway. Sub not required to enter the giveaway, but you have to be a follower. For I'm your biggest hater. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Corn loses out. How does that work? Like a reverse subathon. I got a bunch of hardware. Again, let's take a look here. I believe this one is Tina's. This one should be the beige. We looked at this yesterday. Yes, it is. So there it is. Anyone here have a neo75cu? Is there anything I should know about this build, or should I just like start putting the stabilizers, PCB plate, switches, and everything together? Is there anything I should know? I don't have to do any bullshit like before I start, right? It's just like pretty standard, no? Just start pretty intuitive? Okay. What I do know is that sometimes it's like there's some boards that have like a silicone layer that turns out to be necessary. If you want F13, I think you can take... Oh, wait, you can? Is that true? If that's true, I'm pretty sure Tina wants that more than an actual badge. Check PCB, yep. Oh. Oh, it's a pogo pin. So how do you check a pogo pin PCB? Do you just have to put it in? Or is there like a way? Mount it? Okay. Also, what are your guys' thoughts on foam for this board? Should I just throw in a bunch of foam? 1, do you think foam makes the board sound better? And 2, do you think Tina would like the foam? I think that's the more important question. Do you think Tina would like the foam? I don't think she would. Potentially, what switches? Oh, Randy, weightlessnesses. Oh, Tina. Tina's here. Tina, do you, would you rather have a key in this spot right here rather than this badge? No foam already deep as it is. All of the foam I should get rid of because there's already like some foam in here. Before removing the plastic wrap, please carefully inspect the case for any imperfections in its appearance. Any defects identified afterwards will not be eligible for warranty. If any issues are found, please contact your seller immediately to access the build guide, blah, blah, blah. Test the PCB to ensure that your keyboard is fully functional. Hold the top and bottom case together to pick up the board. Swinging and lifting only the top case may cause the bottom case to drop. Please be aware that any damage due to mishandling is not covered by warranty. Plus one key, show them the artisans. Oh, yeah. Tina's had these artisans here. She's left these here for a while. This ball catch, right? I'm guessing based off what it said, but Tina's left these artisans here for me to mount as soon as we're done here. From Jellycap. So Tina has a little bit of a different aesthetic than I do. just a little bit. Pequeño. There is a face right there. Oh. Very cute. All right, let's do a little inspection here. Are there any imperfections? Perfect for Tina. Oh, yeah. Okay, looks good as far as I can tell, and I don't see any immediate issues. More cute artisans. I don't know how hard I'm supposed to be looking. Maybe I should have done this part off stream. All right, I'm just gonna take it out of the plastic. Tweezers. Do you guys think I need the build guide? Or is it like obvious? Okay, maybe, do I leave this in here now just for the purposes of testing? And also, how do I, okay. Ball catch. Balls. Is that it? Just like that? Oh, okay, just like that. As long as you felt a catch, it should be good. Okay, wired PCB. Is this vial or what? Because I don't think this is, oops. I don't think this is VIA compatible. May need a JSON. Can anyone link that to me? Maybe I need a build guide. Maybe I actually do. Did I just throw that away? Hold on. I'd rather just type in a URL. Okay, QWERTY keys. Scroll down, QK75. How the same as the QK75? Okay, here it is. Right click and save. JSON, right click and save. Okay, save. Load. What is this called? What did I just save it as? Oh, neo75 wired. Okay, there we go. Damn, this mix is pretty cool. Okie doke. Let's go and test, I guess. Okay, I need a new cable. This is like just not long enough. Okay, Tina. Unless you have any issues, I might just make this a layout I would use. Like I would split the backspace. What do you guys think? 6.25 or 7U? What are your thoughts? Or I guess Tina. What do you want? You just want more keys? I think it's more of a Tina question. Would you rather have 2 keys here or 1 key here? That backspace, yeah, I'm about to fix it up. But layout-wise, do you want a longer bar but only 1 key here? Or do you want a shorter bar but 2 keys here? You taught her well? Oh, yeah. Okay, I guess we could just not map anything on layer 2 yet. Based. Shorter bar, 2 keys. Okay, 625. Got it. All right. Test matrix. Okay, here we go. Oh. Is it just me, or do these copper traces on this PCB look more copper than usual? What is going on with this backspace? Am I just crazy here, or there's something really messed up looking about this backspace? Right there. It's like not completely cut out. Or I guess it would be your pipe backslash. So like it runs into what looks like, I don't know what that hole is, like a stabilizer hole, but I'm not sure. I'm guessing it matches with this for ISO enter. But then the hole for it is, I don't know how to explain it. It's a dot. It's just a dot. And testing out that actual testing out that actual key looks like it's giving a problem. Like it's not working. There's a siren going off, but it's like not a normal siren. Do you guys hear that? Also, I don't know. I seem to have lost connection here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, what the? Okay. That worries me a little. Because it actually does work. It's just that, like... Usually I could touch... Okay, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you know how there's 1.6 millimeters, or in some stupid cases, 1.2 millimeters of depth in the PCB? Typically, like, I can touch my tweezers to, like, the inside where that depth is. But this one, I have to touch the top of that weird pad. And so it worries me a little bit that, like, I don't know. Is this going to be okay? Oh, okay. I'm losing, like, a solid connection on this. I'm gonna be right back. I'm hearing, like, a voice. Okay, I think it's like... It's a fire alarm at another building. So there's like a little horn going off, and then there's like one of those, like, I don't know if it's an automated, like a computerized voice, or if it's a recorded voice, but it's saying like, there's a fire emergency. It's not at my building. I don't know which building it is, but I'm guessing it's close by if I could hear it. Tina, real quick. Bluetooth that's connected. Tina, do you want a full touch caps lock or a stepped caps lock? I don't understand. Let's see if we can find it on your kilt. There's a part of me thinking that you might not have a choice. I think there might only be full touch. At least for this key set, I don't think you have a choice. Let me keep checking. Yeah, I don't think you do. Damn, some of these designs are like way too cute. Look at that face. I never got it from lubed. No, I think it might have been I don't think that part was lubed's fault. I think it's they didn't include it in the actual base kit. Interesting. They also don't seem to have F13 either. But I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, they do. They do have F13. Okay. Alright, so I guess we're doing full touch. Sorry. Okay. I think I just have the last 2 rows. So I'll do this one just to check. So I've been going in and out of this. $625. We gotta remember to do the $625, guys. I don't know which one 625 is. I'm hoping it says at the bottom. Okay. Sweet. Alright, PCB is good. Oh, it does. Sweet. Okay. That has me a little bit worried because like I'm starting to hear like voices. People's voices. Hold on. Like, I don't know if those are just like people going a little crazy because it's like Thursday night and they're just like, you know, going out to bars, or if that's actually has to do with whatever the potential fire emergency is. Shoney's welcome. Oh, sirens? Yeah, it's yeah, there's like more and more sirens. This is like a little concerning, honestly. Oh, interesting. There's like a little film here. So that there's no shorting. Okay. Let's just continue like everything's moving along normally. Is that how ball catch works? You just press really hard? That's crazy. I usually don't hear people walling out like that. Okay, just checking here. I feel like I do the same number of stabilizers as usual. The only real difference being here that we... Where is it? We're doing 6.25U. So that's 1, that's 2. We're not doing that one. And then 3 right here. Okay. So this is like actually kind of a normal-ish build. Let's see what stabilizers they include. I think they include stabilizers, right? It looks like it. Yep. Anyone know which ones these are? Are these Alab? Looks like gaskets. We got some hardware. Some other sticky stuff. Oh, are these? These might be TX. Oh god, is it TX AP? Neo stabilizers. Okay, PCB clip-in Neo stabilizers. We might be able to do the 2 builds. Yep, 625. Alright, truthfully, a little bit of a bummer because it doesn't give you just enough for 2, like 3 stabilizer builds. Lube. Where's the lube here? Okay, it seems to have settled down outside. Out of curiosity, has anyone here seen been in the presence of like a fire in the city? It's kind of gnarly. Hair steam? What? Like, have you ever like witnessed a fire like in the city? Like just a city. I saw one once. I was like pretty crazy. Saw a liquor store burn. Oh shoot, that's crazy. I once saw one. I was waiting for an Uber. I did see the aftermath. Ooh, yeah. I was waiting for an Uber in Oakland to get. Was it Oakland? I think it was Oakland. Let me make sure. It was after a show. I think I was watching Tommy Genesis. Yeah, I was in Oakland. I was watching Tommy Genesis perform, and I was waiting for an Uber to go back home. I saw a trash can burning yesterday after someone threw a cigarette. Oh shit. Oswin, welcome back. And then like maybe about like 2 minutes before my Uber would arrive, there was like a homeless encampment, maybe about like one long block down. Like it wasn't just like a block, but it was a long block down. And it just something just suddenly exploded. And this fire was like instantly pretty big, and it was just getting bigger. And then people were running towards it, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. I mean, it's just like either they're trying to help out or they just really want to get videos of it. And everything just happened so fast because it was like right before my Uber was getting there, like just a couple minutes. But also, within that span of time, before my Uber got there, a fire truck actually did come. Like, I guess they responded to it like way faster than I anticipated they would. But then, like, because of that, like, there was just like a big like jam on the street, and I had to like tell my Uber driver I need to go walk in another direction to get to you because it's just getting too crazy here. Students at my SF high school used to set the barrel trash cans on fire in the bathrooms. God. Transformer pops are interesting, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like it seemed like people were running there. Like the vibe I got was not necessarily to help. Partly because I don't know, I just have some prejudice to like, you know, like they didn't look like they were gonna help. Like they looked like they were also kids who were getting out of the show. And also, as they were running towards it, they were pulling out their phones. So I didn't get the sense that they were gonna help. What shape did you... Oh. It's a tree. That's a tree. That's a guitar. Yeah, I think it's just a guitar. Oh, not that one. Which one's empty? What? Did I lube one too many inserts? I think I did. 2, 4, 6. Okay, so these are all done. I didn't need to lube that one. But that's... Okay, we're good, yeah. Alright, and then... applicator. I finished spring swapping my JWick Black switches. So they now should be usable. Oh, that's what I should do. I should run a poll for which switches to use in the kmac Happy. I was checking over it earlier. I think I know it off the top of my head. We're doing, as far as I remember, a linear build. Let me check to make sure. Quick time check, it's 11:35. Yes. We have Jersey Violets in the other one. Okay. That's the last one. Okay. Poll is up. Get your votes in. We're going to try to do both builds tonight. I'm thinking it to not be too terrible because We already have stabilizers in that other one. Just need to solder everything in, and we can just do all the soldering at once for both boards. And the kmac Happy is not really a particularly complicated board. You have two mounting options. One is a top mount, and the other one is a rare bottom mount. Oh, I've never used these stabilizers. These are Neo stabilizers. I'm guessing it's okay to lube the bend. If it isn't, let me know. I already did. One thing I noticed is that it's been so long since, oh, not this. It's been so long since I've used stabilizers that have like the front opening rather than the top opening that aren't TX. So these just like seem a little different. Let's put a little more. A little baggy for this. These other parts I'm not going to use. Is that the end of this playlist? Oh, that is. How do I get out of this? All right. Just the wire. This makes me a little nervous. Has anyone used these stabilizers before? Neo's stabilizers? They're just different. They feel different. when putting them together. Like the entry point feels different. It also feels not as tight, which is weird because normally I would think that that's a bad thing up until the whole TXAP fiasco. Okay. Sweet. Oh, how's our switch pull going? Zaku's and Oolongs with palm stems are tied. These shims seem smaller than TX's. Like they're actually kind of hard to handle. Ooh, they do fit kind of nicely tight though. That's actually kind of nice. All right, once you have a grasp on it, and actually start to put it in, you're like, oh, okay. Okay, sweet. That should be it. Alright, so now we hope that there's enough switches for this. I hope we did enough, Tina. We've also done this such a long time ago. Also, I hope they sound good. Yeah. I don't know if this was the point where we started really over-lubing those springs, but also at the same time, these being like a long pull tactile, maybe even if they are, you won't notice it quite as much. Okay, this one, for example, does sound pretty muted by comparison to the first 5. Okay, so we got a 3-way tie between those 3 switches. Thanks, guys. That really answers a lot. I think we did those switches when I didn't know how to lube yet. Okay, but I can't tell the difference anyway. Okay. Remember Zaku's were over $1? They were? Like aftermarket or even like from Bolsa? Yeah, I remember there being hype. I don't remember $1 aftermarket. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember like after the first drop was real crazy. But then like drop 2 happened and then everything was good. Tangerines. What the hell's going on here? There we go. Oh, is that a funny thing because of... Okay, I think it gets a little funny there because of the pogo pin thingy. What was the ordeal with Tangerine specifically? Is just were those just going out of stock a lot? I mean, I got in on some, and I just only kind of remember that like at the time everyone was saying like, oh, these are like so smooth. So I got in on that hype where it was just like really just low information hype. Most recent one was the kiwi and tangerine molds were bad. I see. Molds were bad, huh? Okay, weird thing about the pogo pins is that it's just there. So are you supposed to like kind of push the switches in vertically? Is that the course of action I should be taking? Because if I'm pressing down on the desk, it feels like I shouldn't be doing that. Okay, so I take it for this build, you just kind of put it on whatever those gasket sock-like things are. Is that how this build works? All right, that's interesting. This plate has like a tiny cutout right here, almost like it's for a reset button, like a topside reset button, but there's no reset button there. Alright, just because I want to be totally sure, I'll bring out your kilt again. Take a look at some of the keys. Oh, wow. Wait, is this 6U? Or is this something? No, that's not 6U. Okay, there's double stem. You know, I've always found that double stem thing to be interesting, because the second stem is for if you want to put 7U positioning on it, and it's just going to end up not being centered. But then, like, you could still use 625 there. You guys ever notice that? That's, like, kind of interesting, right? Yeah, 625 is further right. I guess I could do this. Alright, so I don't have a good answer of what switches to use on the kmac Happy, so I guess we could do... I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know what you want from me, guys. Oh god, I hope we have enough of these. Use all 3 switches. 20, 20, 20, huh? Alright, we got enough switches. Oh god, we do. Wow, that was a close one, huh? We got 2 extras. Real quick check. Yeah, that sits on 625. Okay. So now we just have a space bar. Okay. Sweet. So, 2 extra switches. Very cool. Alright, let's figure it out. Okay, I'm kind of debating these oolongs. Just because the kmac Happy I'm putting it in is pink. And they have pink stems. The Hades do too, but then they don't like look quite as cute, I guess. Where'd I put the plate? Oh, and then you guys said no foam, right? No foam on the Neo at all. I think it was just Savior who said that, but I guess she's the only person we have to go off of. Because I'm not sure anyone said anything else. No foam. All right, fresh mic. There's a couple of message votes here for no foam. I don't know if I mentioned much about these already. I think I did, but so we put the oolong stem in cherry housings, then we threw that in the my MX Cloud9. So yeah, there was that. And then now I put these short pole, supposed to be short pole, palm stems in the oolong housings. And it almost still feels like a long pole. Because I feel like they did something to the oolong housings to make that travel extra short. In addition to just making that stem pole longer. Okay, this is a little messed up because yeah, I might need to put one of these switches in last because there's like a little solder piece, like or not piece, but like there's solder in the hole, kind of still in there. So I think I might need to throw heat on this. Also, I think that might be one of the switches that's that needs a jump. That one and I think escape. Yeah. Check again to be sure. I have a picture, I think. Yeah, D69 and D5. Yeah, escape and what I think is F. Quick time check is midnight. So I'm kind of thinking, okay, there was actually another little task I wanted to do, but I feel like it's getting late, so I'm probably not going to do it. But it was, so I have two kmac happies. this is just a spare build that I happen to have. You know, plate and PCB combo that I have. The other two are in. I feel like I should do something. I guess I could do it off stream. It's just swap the assemblies. No, I don't need to do this. What am I doing? You something special as spacebar switch? Yes. I put in a spring that's heavier, which thanks for reminding me I didn't actually throw it in. Yeah, I put a spring that's a little heavier, but then like I also mark the actual switch just so that I don't forget. And then I bag it separately. And that's because what I noticed, especially for like lighter, I guess like I don't really use like super light switches anymore by any means. But I think it's just like to be able to support the actual weight of the spacebar key. Like the stabilizers kind of don't do enough for it, just by virtue of how the stabilizers are constructed. So I find myself wanting to typically put. Is there a switch missing on the kmac? There's 2 switches missing, and it's because I can't actually get them through. I mean, I might be able to. It's hard to see the holes for them. So I was gonna try to like apply some heat just to expose a hole a little bit better, so I can get the switches in. Yeah, and those 2 spots are basically like it was hard to desolder from them because those are the places that I needed to jump from. What I might end up doing is not even assembling the kmac tonight, just kind of do the HB60 thing from last time, where I'll just try to do this build now, and then actually finish up the reassembly on my next stream, just to save some time, because it's getting a little bit late. Like, I don't know. Well, we'll see. I do kind of want to drive this board over the weekend, though, so if I'm not doing it here on stream, I might do it off stream, just the reassembly. But then I feel like it's not fair to you guys, because then you guys don't get to see that part. We have to see it through, man. Alright, let's see my news and notes here. Oh, that's like getting really loud, isn't it? Oh, the washer flew out. God damn it. There we go. Okay, news and notes. Yeah, I might need a new cable. Who are some good cable builders? Oh, there's Jorin. So like, okay, here's a question. If I get a Limo device end from anybody, it'll just work with the one that I already had built from years ago, right? There we go. Ideally? Okay. Oh, damn it again? Seriously? There might potentially be more than one jump needed for this at this stage. This old ass Korean custom PCB it's seen better days, man. It's like hanging on its last legs. Okay, so I got this email today. So maybe back in 2021, I was trying to figure out how to store my keyboards, and so I just like started going on this wild goose chase of like, not hard cases like the ones that a lot of keyboard vendors sell, but like cardboard boxes that like kind of, just can hold 60%. And so you guys might know my solutions to this point have been, I got this one type of box from Supply It All, which essentially holds like flatbread pizzas. And then meanwhile, or I guess after that, I also got this other thing, where you could like customize your box. And so, neither of those are actually like super ideal. They're pretty good, but they're not like super ideal. They each had like some issues. Like the flatbread one didn't have like a clamshell effect or anything. And then the one that I could custom set the dimensions to, like the way that they kind of scored and designed certain parts of it, like when it actually, came in hand physically, there were just some issues in constructing them right. I got an email today from Boxery. I guess I signed up for a bunch of these email, like mailing lists. And I was looking through and I was like, oh shit, they have one SKU of cardboard boxes that you could buy in bulk, where it kind of looks like this might work for keyboards, and how have I never seen this before? So I'm thinking of getting in on it. It's like a little bit shorter than the boxes that I've had to this point. But, oh shit. But it's otherwise sized pretty nicely. Might also be a little tiny bit longer too. How do you pat it, or just wrap the cloth? I also separately bought these like foam sleeves from Staples that are really long that I had to cut to size. So that's what I was using at first before I bought all these like lens cloths. But typically I just use the lens cloths for when I actually have the hard cases, because there's enough like, you know, foam padding there that like really you just need kind of like a lens cloth to keep the board kind of clean and be able to lift it out kind of nicely. Alright, this is pretty interesting. It's like I'm noticing a bunch of pushes or alignments here that are becoming or appearing to be necessary. Some doesn't look like it has enough. That, or this may have been lifted. Ooh, that was a crazy good one. Oh, wow, is it gonna be all of this? Are these oolongs super oversized? I love feeling them click into place. I love it from the standpoint of like, okay, it's getting corrected, but I hate it from the standpoint of like, God, it shouldn't be like this. Right, you shouldn't have to press them into place while applying. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so I've done all the first pins and the alignments on kmac happy. We'll come back around and do this one. Okay, so interesting thing is putting in a control key. Very rare. Rare act. But I mean, I guess I did it recently with the Philco. Doesn't make it less weird though. Apparently new Pokemon 7-star raid dropped tonight. It's like a big event raid. Switch over from the last one being Quaquaval. We now have Tyranitar. Alright. Here's what I am thinking. We'll do all the soldering, and then I'm probably going to build or reassemble the Neo. And then we'll just kind of see how I feel about trying to figure out the rest of this kmac happy, because if anything, I'm thinking I could push this to another day. Alright, this one is... Okay, I think that works. That was really weird, like the backspace slash pipe backslash key. Like the means by which you're supposed to solder it is really weird. Anyways, these like copper pads that I'm soldering to on this neo75cu, they look like more copper than usual. Like they look extra copper, and I'm like, did they do that on purpose? Because it's like a CU. Okay, you get the feeling that a lot of these are gonna get some crazy push lines. I think I also kind of failed to push everything in all the way. Because I'm just kind of looking at it. Alright. Let's go back around. Oh. I did not... I soldered the other one on that one specifically. Oh, I guess, you know, funny story is for mixed, like WinKey, like 7U and 625 layouts. Like, I don't think about this that frequently just because it doesn't really come up. But if you're doing 7U, you could change control and WinKey to 1.25. I feel like people don't do that frequently. Like, I don't have any reason to because I don't really use those layouts. But something that people don't really do, huh? Did I just do this one? God damn it. I don't know what I just did. I guess I'll go back around if I already did do it. I think I did. Alright, let's just assume I did. I could do a double check. God damn, this is spicy. Is thumb the best way to do this? I'll come back and do this just while I'm here. God damn, this is gnarly. It's just like too tall. And there's like the little plates, like gasket areas, gasket tabs or whatever you want to call them. Just like making it extra thick. So it's hard to get the push in from the other side. I think this is the most difficult stretch though, just because you have that num row to f row separation. Oh, that one's a good one. That's the first real good one, I think. Oh, my hand might need a break soon. Jesus. there a good way? Okay, maybe from the top here? Yeah, that one was good too. It's almost like just these corners. Quick time check, it is 12:30 a.m. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, Jesus. Alright. Check the alignment here on this. Seems good. I don't know if we checked this one already. These two. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, let's speed through the soldering with the second pins on this. I may need some tip titter. Alright, I got a question. So, like, this neo75cu, it comes with, like, a bottom film, just so you don't get shorts if you're not opting to use the case foam. So I'm just kind of curious. Does a clear coat, like, fix shorting too? I don't know if I've asked this before. Who says Anno can lower conductivity a bit? What was causing the shorting again? No, I'm just curious if clear coating the bottom of a case could have the same effect as putting a film over the bottom of the case. Like in terms of preventing shorts. Like, say for example, if any of these pins are touching the bottom of the case. Okay, I think this is good. Alright, yeah. I'm just going to do a straight solder with this. No jumps. What we should see here is F and escape won't work. I'm not sure if I lifted any more pads since the last time that I had worked on this. It really looks and feels like I have. Like, there's just like no pad for a bunch of other switches. He switches are permanent residents now. Well, I'm supposed to be getting replacement PCBs for this, but they still haven't arrived. It's been like a year. You guys ever think there's like do you guys ever think like there's too many keyboards? It's like kind of a lot. Perhaps. Okay. I think that's good. Alright, so let's do a little bit of testing on both. Get rid of this. So this one we need a little adapter. And it's not VIA compatible, so we're gonna not be able to use the matrix tester, but that's okay. Oh god. Okay, 2, 3, 4 are also gone. Okay, I think there's like a whole There's like a whole column that's not good. If VIA Vial QMK not available, what software is the best alternative? I don't think I have an answer to that. If it's not available, for me personally, I don't know. I just exit the conversation. Okay, 2, 3, 4 are dead. W and E are dead. I didn't miss the pins. D, F, and G are dead, but F was expected. Z, X, C, V. See, I find V surprising because it looks really bad. B also looks bad. That wasn't bad before. But C actually looks good. And that's not working. So I'm thinking there's something along this 2WDC. I think that's what it is. 2WDC. Yeah. There's something bad going on there. But the V, 3EFV is... That one kind of eludes me. Yeah, this is worse than before. So yeah, we're not figuring this out tonight. We can figure it out. It's just this might be like its own stream. So, yeah, I'm not doing this. Okay, this one should hopefully just be done. So I'm gonna move the soldering iron out of the way. Get this out of the way too. All right, anyone with neo75cu information? How does this mount? Oh, how do you? There's like a face here. Look. All right, where's the build guide? That damn ditto. Oh, okay. Yeah, for remapping, I tried Microsoft PowerToy, but it's buggy for some games and apps. Okay, these are the only 3 things I found inside here. Anyone here have any clue as to what these are? I don't know what this is. Are these feet? Oh. I guess they are. It looks weird from the other end, I guess. Yeah, what the fuck is this? Are these standoffs? What is that? How can they be standoffs when maybe these are standoffs? Post/inserts for... Oh, there's a bottom mount on this. Oh, that's cool. Let's chill. We would have done that with the kmac. I'm going to guess that you guys would probably suggest the gasket sock mount. I don't know. Anyone here want to refute that? I guess I'm just plugging these in. Is there an orientation to plug them in? I'm guessing there's 2 different ones. Because they're not exactly symmetrical. Feel free to let me know or to send the build guide because I don't have a keyboard plugged in right now. I'm guessing these little bumps go in the bottom. Now that I look at it. Oh. Hey, Savior. There's, the space bar is here, but there's a gasket thing right here. What are your thoughts on that? Kill with fire? Should I take both of them out? What are your thoughts, Savior? You're the gasket king. Oh god. Okay, this seems otherwise good. So that's it. Like, there's pretty seamless build if you're just going for this gasket sock thing, right? Yeah, the last question really is what to do with these guys here at the bottom. If I should have these or not. Oh, I need to unscrew this thingy. That could have been embarrassing. That torques? Get rid of that spacebar shit. Both of them? One of them is not under the spacebar. That's the weird thing. For 625. So it's like, should I still get rid of it there? I think it might be under. Could live with the one not under spacebar. Okay. Feel like the ordering of this is incorrect. Oh, wait. I might not need to do that, but this. What the hell? This is so tight. Holy shit. It was just like that. Just push that in. All right. Tina, are you still there? It's your kilt time. What the? Okay. I was like, is this really tight? I think I was just off center. I guess this is kind of what the funny thing is about a non-HHKB is like, I don't know how to fill out some of these spots. I really don't. So I guess that's supposed to be home. Well, this one's like glossy. Okay, so I'm guessing artisans. Oh, there's a hair here. Oh. Okay. Artisans go, I'm guessing, on these two. You got F row here, and then like I got to figure out what to put on this spot. I don't know what Tina would want here. It's like page up, so not that. I guess it could be any number of things. I guess, I don't know, I'll just put insert for now. I'm not sure if, I think these keycaps stems are really tight. Because I've used these weightlessnesses before, and I don't think I had an issue. Forgot what I put it in, though. Oh, did I ever? I don't think I put that gasket back in there. It's okay. It's a ball catch, so it's not like super crazy hard to open, I guess. Oh shit. What the? Well, that's not right. I forgot what plate this is. Now that I'm realizing it. My guess is FR4. But truthfully, I don't remember. Okay, real quick, there are novelties. I'm gonna guess Tina would want me to use novelties. I don't know how many of these are usable. It looks like this enter key is. I wanted this set so bad. This one is a little worrying. There's kind of a slow return. It's on key put. Should I? Oh, it is? Still? This might need a heavier spring. This return is really slow. Isn't it also... It's somewhere else, too. Like, unit keys or something? Or was, at least. Okay, so this might need some fixing. It was on unit keys. Oh, they did? Should've gone Bobo for somewhere else too. Damn. Let me try. There's one more non-novelty enter. The regular enter. Does this one have the same kind of weight situation? This one surprisingly actually returns slightly better. I'm about to say, you had me a little worried here. Got a little worried there was no 1.5 unit backspace. Okay, so that feels good. It was not our fault to trust in lube. Like, surely he could do a PBT set. GMK, maybe not. Alright, I'm guessing... I don't know, is there something... There's no, like, very, very cute 1.25 novelties on this. There are these ones that say 125 milliliter. I guess that's kind of cute. That's a little weird that it's centered, though. But maybe they're meant to be used with these, I don't know what all these legends... Some of these legends, I'm not sure if they're Japanese. Like these ones specifically. Might be meant to be used with the other novelties. Yeah, because these are actually centered. So, I mean, I could just throw them on, but I feel like I might need Tina's help to translate. They might be, yeah, I think they might be Japanese, actually. Because some of them just look like really, really complex characters. What does it look like? This one? Oh, Savior. Tina has left some artisans here for me to throw on. Fuck, I don't know that one. all good. All right, so I think it's page up. Page down. There should be an end here. That's a little curious. Do they not have like an end that goes here? I mean, I guess I could put an FN for now. There's delete. Okay, I guess we gotta look this up. Let's see. Yeah, Kilt. Unikeys is running on R2 of this. Yeah, they don't have an end. They don't have an end key that goes here. It's kind of weird. I guess you could just, I don't know. I could put a code key here or an FN key, whatever. Let Tina decide later. Oh, wait, hold on. There's some cute ones right here. Wait, can I just use cute ones for all of these? Let me see if I can think this through here. Maybe still keep these. Oh. Alright, and then I guess we'll throw on these artisans now. I don't know which one will go where. I'm thinking this one goes in escape. Alright, there's a little tiny blemish on the enter key. I don't know if that just rubs off. Okay. Oh, is this another different? Yeah, what is? This is not even. It's not even. I don't. What is this key? What is this for? Just backspace? I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just for any two keys. Look at the stems. No, there's no center stem. Yeah, it's meant for two keys. I see. two best friendo keys. Yeah, the 2x2. The 2x2 is kind of cute. I don't know where it is. Oh, here. This guy. I guess I could put that X. Yeah, that actually might be an okay idea. You put the X here, and then tilde right there. I think that makes the most sense looking at it. Okay. Well, so that you guys have a look at the artisans, that's kind of what it will look like. I don't have feet on this, but I'm not gonna put them on right now because I don't know which color Tina would want, and also this one has like a thing sticking out of it, so I'm not gonna flip this upside down. But okay, let's do this. All right, the build isn't actually listed in the build command, but I guess we could talk it over. In the meantime, wait. Also, while I'm using it, I'm gonna change caps lock to control. We'll change it back when it's Tina's. All right. Real quick test once again. Okay. Sweet. All right, let's do a type test. All right. You killed on this neo75cu. I think it's an FR4 plate, but I'm not actually sure. Gateron, weightlessness switches, solder PCB, Neo stabilizers. I don't know what else there is here. Okay. Anyways, let's do this. The spacebar. Do you guys like the spacebar? I'm not sure. It sounds kind of... I'm not sure. But the board sounds otherwise really good, even without the foam. Like, the rest of it sounds really good. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this is FR4. But you guys let me know. But it's typical of boards like that, is it? You like it? Fuck yeah, weightlessness. Alright, that's the board. Might need to make some adjustments. I don't know if I'm going to be doing these off stream over the next couple days, because, yeah. Probably not coming back till Monday. I honestly might also do this off stream. Not sure yet. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But anyways, yeah, some adjustments to make. I might need to change the enter key switch spring, possibly, because the return is slow. Surprisingly, I don't think the shift has the same issue. And I just imagine the shift to be a heavier plastic piece. But I don't know. Yeah, maybe it could be the switch that's actually a problem. And then on top of that, maybe try getting that gasket back in here, in this spot that's outside of the spacebar. I don't know if that's going to help this spacebar sound, or maybe even just try with that gasket on or off that's even under the spacebar. I don't know. We'll see. And then throw in the feet. But a lot of this, I'm going to need some advisory from Tina. I'm hoping this looks okay. But we'll see. Okay. Oh, there's two. I just realized there's two tildes here. Collect the whole set. All right, we could run a little print here for giveaway. I need to make an adjustment to the mods on this machine. So yesterday we did the chicken. Chicken? Oh god. I forgot about real arrow keys. Ooh, how about this? I want to try a reinversion of this. This is the ferry building, San Francisco. A rare treat for you. I don't know if treat is the word I would use.